Good day, everyone. It's me, Giselle Guanzon, belongs to the Group 5, and our topic is all about the K to 12 grading system. So, without further ado, let us start. What is grading? Grading is one of the many activities of a classroom teacher to professionally judge the achievements of the students. This involves the collection and evaluation of proofs regarding the performance or achievement of the learners with a specified period of time. It is also the process of judging the quality of the students. While grade is a symbol used to represent the achievement or progress of a student. Grades can be assigned as letters, like A to F, or as a range like 1 to 6, or as a percentage, or as a number out of a possible total score, like out of 100. So, to better understand the grading system, we must know first the meaning of a criterion reference test in the norm reference test and how to interpret it. So, let me discuss to you the first one, which is the criterion reference test. So, what is it? So, it compares a person's knowledge or skills against a predetermined standard, learning goal, performance level, or either criterion. So with criterion reference test, each person's performance is compared directly to the standard without considering how other students perform on a test. So this means that in criterion, the reference of the other students does not affect a student's score. Take this example. In a class of 100 students, no one might get a grade of excellent if no one scores 98 above or 85 above depending on the criterion used. So if the student scores 98 to 100, so she or he labeled as excellent. 88 to 97, good. 75 to 87, fair. 65 to 74, poor. And below 65, failure. Therefore, scores are compared to a specified standard, like if you got the score of 98 to 100, then you will be labeled as excellent. But if no one got that scores, then no one might get a grade of excellent, even though he or she has the highest possible score among the class. Another way of doing criterion grading is by listing objectives and assigning grades based on the extent the student achieved the class objectives. Like for example, A. Student has achieved all major and minor objectives of the course. Or B. Student has achieved all major objectives and several minor objectives and so on. So another example of a criterion reference test is the driving test. So their goal is to see whether the test taker is skilled enough to be granted a driver's license, not to see whether one test taker is more skilled than another test taker. So when you got the passing scores, then you got the driver's license. So the score of the other test taker doesn't affect your scores. So next is the citizenship test. Their goal is to see whether the test taker is sufficiently familiar with the new country's history and government. So not to see whether one test taker is more knowledgeable than another test taker. Same as in the licensure examination, which requires the test takers to achieve a passing score to earn a license. So whether you got the lowest or the highest score among the test takers, but your score achieved the passing score, then you can earn a license and your score doesn't affect the scores of the other test takers, but it affects the given criteria or the standards of the licensure examinations. Okay, so to sum up, the goal of criterion reference test is to measure the skills and knowledge that students have mastered. So let us all remember that we are going to assess an individual's performance in the test in terms of the set of standards or given criteria and not comparing to the scores of the other students or the performance of the other students. That could be all for now, and see you in my next discussion. And now, I will be giving the next virtual floor to Miss Jibril Labra, who will be discussing about the norm reference test.